बनारस बना हुआ रस है, ये है बनारस, हर रसों का रस है, ये है बनारस, यहाँ मिलेगा हर रसों का रस।
समृद्ध संस्कृति, परंपराओं और भाषाओं से उभरती काशी को ऐतिहासिक समय से अन्य देशों के लोगों ने आकर अपने रंगों से निखारा है। विविध संस्कृतियों के लोगों ने काशी में अपने रंग कुछ इस प्रकार भर दिए हैं कि काशी में पूर्ण भारत की झलक नजर आती है।
Along the expanse of the 84 ghats of Benares, the saffron and orange are omnipresent as the dawn breaks. The melodious and cacophonous, the bells and the drums, the animals and the vehicles all seem to harmonize with the loud, reverberating hymns and chants, while the wisps of smoke from the incense sticks spread their fragrance and add to the sensorial experience. Despite the cold weather at daybreak, the immense faith of the pilgrims and devotees draws them to the river, and they immerse themselves in the holy waters. Ascending the steps from the ghats to the streets, devotion turns into the daily rituals of shopkeepers and street vendors who start organizing their wares, so that the narrow streets may accommodate all the potential customers, the pedestrians, the tourists, and the ever-present moving cows. The local seems comfortable, the marks they leave, dung. Nourishment in Varanasi is always a treat for the senses. The food prepared and served here mirrors the diversity of culture in colors, tastes, and fragrances. The first meal of the day could be the saffron-colored, deep-fried, sugar-syruped dipped delicacy, the Varanasi jalebi. This is often accompanied by puri and bhaji, a complete taste of a traditional Varanasi breakfast. The reassuring smell of tea haunting the streets as every sixth stall is a tea stall.
Banarasi male, they don't spend time at home. They're always outside. So the concept of being outside is, for me, it's the politics of being outside is about gaining pleasure. The pleasure that you can go out and get from other men. So congregating with other men, other random people, means that it was a kind of a male pleasure, male group pleasure derived. And always remember, the Benares had few very important things like kusti, like different kind of melas, which gave them a reason to go out. So this is something very habitual to Benares. that is also one of the reasons why you'll have so many kinds of snacks in Benares. सुबह से शाम तक people are eating in this city. कुछ ना कुछ they are eating. They are eating kachori, they are eating mithai, they are eating, drinking lassi, anything. They are on the roads. Whenever they are on the road, they are munching on something. This is a very deep-rooted connect. This has a very deep-rooted connect with external pleasure, which is not derived in the home space. So the public space or the outdoor is equal to pleasurable. Home is about sanctity.
यहाँ का सिंबल है, ये तो यहाँ का संकेत है। यहाँ पे गलियां आपको छोटी मिलेंगी, गाय और सांड ज्यादा मिलेंगे, ठीक है,
गोबर बहुत मिलेगा,
बंदर ज्यादा मिलेंगे। अगर ये नहीं रहेगा तो काशी कहाँ?
ओके,
फिर भी आपको स्ट्रीट छोटी नहीं लगती?
नहीं, हम जन्म यहाँ पे रहे हैं, ठीक है, इसलिए हमारे लिए सारे स्ट्रीट एक जैसे ही हैं, हमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं होता है। हाँ, कंपेयर देन अदर सिटी, हम जब यहाँ पे आते हैं तो हमें लगता है कि यहाँ पे रोड्स वगैरह काफी, गलियां तो छोड़ी, यहाँ पे रोड भी वहाँ की अपेक्षा में यहाँ पे छोटे लगते हैं, ठीक है। लेकिन ठीक है भाई, बनारस है, जो शहर जैसा है वैसा ही रहेगा, ठीक है।
The sun is high in the sky. The colors of the temples and houses bloom, bringing the built form under the spotlight. Boats float on the sacred river, hinting at rowing and making boats as central lines of work. The river shimmers in the sun as the birds glide under it. On the ghats, a honeyed flute voice compels the passers-by to chase it down and sit, while artists selling their paintings. After the midday meal, local people as well as tourists return to the tapered streets of Varanasi. Local men gather around tea stalls in the afternoon for their ritual stress-busting tea. The smell of sweet Banarasi pan makes one's mouth water. Street vendors shouting to sell vegetables. People murmur, the radio blares out an almost forgotten Hindi song. And on coo, a moo from a cow, as if a greeting. The winds are chilly down the narrow streets. When the sun hands over to the moon, The ghats are lit by artificial lighting, a perfect scenario for those who enjoy the panoramas of night and tourists. Ganga Puja marks the end of the day. The ritualistic motions of the Ganga Puja and the chanting overwhelms the senses. The rhythm of the river layers itself subtly below the motion of the priests. The sound of the sankh, the hundreds of bells, and people singing together to the beat of the drums connect all present in the energy of the rhythm. The aroma from the burning dhoop, cow dung cake, and a pinch of sandalwood add to this ambience of sacredness. The temperature lowers even more as the evening progresses, and as the puja draws to a close, human activity at the ghats begin to fade. In the night, the chilly weather acts as an alarm for the vendors to leave the ghats. Shopkeepers start winding up all the goods that they had laid out in the morning, which is a tedious task in itself as it takes several hours to wrap up. The crowded lanes empty out. The streets look unfamiliar, dead, silent, but for the sounds of animals, noises from far away. Varanasi titillates human stimulus with its varied array of experiences. The streets of Varanasi at night sleep to the melody of the flowing river. The flowing river and the ghats witness a dynamic change throughout the day, where God is omnipresent and to be found round every corner. People have built their lives around this fabric of spirituality that renders the streets with vividness. Our senses are heightened and extend beyond us to interact with all life around. Varanasi implores its visitors into experiencing these changes. The theatrics here are the modest work of laymen. The aroma of food and colors of devotion, the sound of the river are accumulation of the religion, history, and trade that have shaped Varanasi.